I was reminded of something. That bidding silliness should not have happened. You can only tie once, and then there's a rebid, and then the card would have just been discarded. I forgot completely about that. So technically, we don't know what would have happened, and I'm going to leave things as they are. But yeah, that second bid, you have to make sure that you beat the other person, or else it'll get rid of that card that you want. Of course, since both people bid on it already, they both won it, so it could just disappear. I'm going to leave the results that I have, but it's not what would have happened. What would have happened is that first one, I think the blue one, yeah, I think the blue one would have been discarded, and the yellow one would have been all that was left, and probably have gone for a fair amount of money, simply because he actually wants it. Okay, let's actually get playing for a little bit of this, ignoring my screw up. This is getting hard. There's just not enough room. This is blurring into his stock, so I don't want to deal with that. Alright, black is up now. What are they doing? And I need to light my pipe again. It's Friday, and I'm kind of in a hurry to get some stuff done, so I've got like low T and not taking as much care with making sure my pipe's fully lit and stuff like that. Oh, what are we doing? Well, we have a plus 10 bonus. Things are just a little too tiny going off there. We are running a single 3 train, which could do 1. We're in brown, so that's worth something. 2, 3. That's probably the best I can do. So, I do want to buy another train though. I got a pair of greens. Oh, that is not going to be good. I also only have 80 bucks. I need to raise 30 bucks more. Can't do it out of cash on hand. You can't voluntarily buy a train from what I can tell. So let's grab 50. And what is that? I get 15 back. And get my train. Now this goes down. And now I have a lot of train. Alright. I could try to hook into something else, but I only have 1 track lay, right? Yeah. But I have this yellow offboard contract, which is also in play. So I can run the 3 train 1, 2, 3, and the 4 train 1, 2, 3. What I obviously want to do then is upgrade this location. That will cost me 5 bucks. And let's look for tracks we can play. Huh. You know, it's kind of interesting. There's no backstop here, so I don't think I can go off the board there. I don't know if that's just something missing. Like one of these little things. There were white ones in a couple of places, but I am a little confused that there's not one there. Anyway, it's not going to make much difference. Like, you know, I would be playing something like that to use it, whereas I could play not this, but I could play something like that. I think what I want, well, what I want doesn't exist. So I can't play either of these. They got 2 blanks on each side. Got these. I have basically a choice between what this? No, I have no choice. I have no choice. So I have to play this, and I could play it this way, which gives me a hookup into that city. Does yellow care? I don't think so. So these go here. Did I pay the 5 bucks? I don't think so. And And now, this gives me, this gives me an opening to go this way with the black trade. Not that I'm going to need it. So 15.25 for that, 30, 45, 55, 65, 75, I forgot to collect money, 75, 85, 90, 100, 120. I just collected 120. Now here's where things get interesting. If I swallow that money, if I pay out, I get my share of that, which is 24 a share, 48 bucks. Nice money. If I swallow that money, I have de facto enough money in the yellow company to buy a trade. On the other hand, if I don't swallow the money, if I pay it out, there are probably enough shares here. Is a 4 train good enough for me? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty nice. Oh shit. Hold on. 1 company. We'll put this here. We gave 1 company. See, I thought I was going to get the bonus off both companies. I would really like 2 companies with 2 trains on this company. So I'm going to swallow 120 bucks. Might be crazy. There's not a lot of game here. I don't know if there's enough time for me to turn these to turn 2 trains, because I'm going to basically be beating a gray train. But remember, I get to buy the train first, so it's kind of helpful there. That money, 125, 130, 135. I'm basically going to have to also throw in 10 more bucks of my own money. Of course, I can't do that. I can't swallow. It was 120 bucks, right? Can't afford to swallow. The reason I can't afford to swallow is that I'll have a brown train on here, and I won't have enough cash, and I'm getting no more income into this company. It's done. I have a dot and whatnot to play, but basically my run is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm stuck with that. It's going to make good money. I have most of my shares there, which is why I put these. So we were talking about 120. We're going to pay that out instead of swallowing them, which means 12.24 a share. $48.50. I like to do more exciting things, right? But I can't afford to here. So I'm just going to run the 2 trains while I can and burn my way down to another train. Eventually I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get anything too great synergy wise here. Plus, the green train dies before I get another run. Okay, but what I forgot to do was I forgot to hand out this money. So he got 10 bucks. I often forget to hand out the minors. He gets 5. And he gets 10. Okay. That company's done. We're on the blue company. The blue company. Jesus. The blue company has, no one has my shares. I have this. I need to raise 145 bucks.
That's the first thing. I have 50, 60. Looks like I have to sell both of these. For 90 bucks. Lucky for me, I only go down one. Oh, don't do that. I only go down one. 90 bucks in here. That gives me 100. Did I want a token? No. That gives me 100. I need 145 of that. And I get the first of the gray trains. That rusts all the greens. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And more black in play. Now gray track is in the game. Okay. I don't know if I could have bought that. Obviously it's advantageous, but I don't have the cash to do so. So I'll stick with the gray train. I know I can now, but I'm trying to remember when the black train. So this is like an oddness to this game, where the black yeah, when the fours are purchased, the black train also becomes available and could skip right over. But it's a big cost. I don't want to pay that big cost. In fact, I'm not allowed to. I must buy the cheapest train if I'm financing out of pocket. So now I've got a 6 train, huh? Great. How do I use that? Well, I have this if I need it. This is going to get triggered over here. 6 train. 1, 2, 3. I have the infrastructure push. If I fire this off, I can do two track changes, which is important. Unfortunately, I don't have much cash, but for $1, oh, nope, I've used my dots. Okay, good enough. 6 train. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes cities don't do what you expect. You see the top one there has 2 dots. Some games, there's 3 dots on that. I can't play the black tile yet because the black train hasn't been bought. I want to go through these. So 1, 2, 3. I kind of want to get down here. 4, 5, 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire this off to give me an extra track light. I have extra money. I can pull out of my pocket to build stuff, which is really, really weird. But it feels necessary in this game. So I actually don't even need to do this yet. Yeah, I do, because I need to be able to run through it. But this is the key factor here, which is I need a wide curve. Are these both the same? They're not. That means I'm good. I need a wide curve that lets me in. This is the wrong one. This is the right one. I'm building in the wrong order. We'll get to that in a moment. I want to make sure that I don't use the wrong piece. So that's $5 I have to play. I'm gonna just pay my full amount. So there's 5, there's 4 more, and I owe 1 because I'm building 2 of these. I've got to build a track going through here. I don't particularly want to let these guys in. So do I want to make it out to here? I don't know. The blue is worth 25. This is worth 25. It doesn't really help me. I don't have another company, so I'm going to do this. Now the problem for me is I have no tokens left and am probably not going to be able to defend this route. But let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we've got the blue thing which adds 10 to each. So we're looking at 15. This kind of sucks, but I got nothing I can do about that. 15, 30, 40, 50, 65, 75, 80, 105. Again, I could swallow, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. 105 says, does that make sense? 105 sounds like 10.5 per share, which doubles to 21. Ah. Yeah, this game is able to have $5 things because of the 20% shares. That's why it does it. Okay, so 21 a share. Oh, fuck me. I think I doubled, and I think I did last time too. What did this guy make? I don't know. I don't remember. We'll figure it out in a moment. 21 a share, 105, or 105 is more than twice. This is going to jump to here. But it does mean that I have to think about this because I may have had a double buy there. In fact, if there was ever going to be such a time, it would be now. So I'm at 21 a share. Nobody has blue shares except him. He gets 42 bucks. Make it 52. Let's go back to black. What did black make? Black made, count the run again. This is 10 extra, this is 10 extra. Black made 10, 15, 25, 35, 40. 50, 60, 75, 85, 95, 105. That should have been 21 a share too. Nothing's been upgraded since then. I don't remember what I made. I thought it was like, I actually thought it was 24 a share. Anyhow, either way, black should be up here on the stock market. Let's put some things up here to get some view. Okay. I think a lot of shares end up in the bank pool in general here. Did I screw up my calculations for this? I don't know. I really don't fucking know. Because I was running... Oh shit. Now I lost whatever was here. That itty tiny piece. There it is. It's really hard to pick up too. Okay, let's try again. Let's try our calculations there. 25, 30, 40, 55, 65, 75. No, 65, 75. 85, 90, 100, 120, yeah. 120 was twice the value of wherever I was at, so I go forward 2. Well, I was over here. All right. And again, I'm finding the calculations in this game particularly pernicious. And I don't find it to be the case in most XX games. But using the 5s, using the 20% shares, all these little innovations, they actually make it just more difficult. We got the gray train there. The next company is Yellow. Yellow has no train, very little money, and I have to raise 145 bucks. So these are 40 each. That's going to be all of them. That's 120 bucks. At least our stock value is going to be low. We'll definitely make our money. 120 bucks, 125. You can see how brutal this crush is. They said 145 for the next train. Has to be a gray. Don't have the money saved up for the other type. What's my track like? Well, I don't get this. So this is one of the icky things. I wish these strategy cards had synergy to them so that like I could be using these two cards with the Yellow company as well. Can't do it. I got a big 6 train. I got a lot of track I can run through though. Now I have no bonuses. This is worth 25, no 15, and this is worth 10. So we're looking at 1, 2, might be connecting up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As built. Now, Brown shares this with me. I think, or Black shares this with me. I think I want to build track for the Black company. What I'd like to build doesn't exist. There it is. What I'd like to build is this piece, but there's no backstop there. And I don't remember how this is worded. So we look for the laying track. Building new track. I don't remember seeing a prohibition of building going off board. And that's what I think these backstop markers are for, but there aren't enough of them. Yeah, I don't see any prohibition for building going off board in this game. Which has always seemed weird to me anyway. Yeah, I don't see any. All right, so I can build the piece that I really want to build. If I didn't, this piece would be really hard to lay. Like, there would be probably some places where it couldn't be placed at all. But I'm going to put this down. That's going to cost me $5 from the Yellow company. Not that way. That's exactly what we don't want to do. Well, honestly, we control both dots in this. Unless somebody builds a black dot, this is actually exactly what we want to do. So we're not going to worry about it. But wait, did we cross a line? No, we did not. I got to be careful because there's lines hiding here for waterways that, like, I don't think this cost anything, but when I connect it up, it will. Okay, so this wouldn't have crossed the line no matter what, even if there had been one here. So that cost me $5. That's the cost of laying those things. And now I run a 6 train for 15, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85, 90. It could go this way instead. This works better, actually. 15, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, that's 4, 85, 95, 100. So I run at 10 a share. Well, I run at 100, which is 20 a share. The only share that's out is this one. So I get my money. And look how close. Both of these have run all their shares. We're looking at 125 bucks here, 108 bucks here in cash. Stock value, they both are in the same position here. Why is red moved? I think yellow was on top. It had better be. Like, no, yellow was on the bottom, but because it had dropped stock value, it was in a weird location. It was in the I'm running, don't worry about me right now location. Okay. That brings me over here to white. White has a brown train, not a lot of money, doesn't have to do anything. However, I do have shares. I could raise 80 bucks. Red's in trouble. I knew it when I built it though, right? Okay. I'm not going to be able to afford 190 bucks. Maybe if I had run really hard and gotten way out in front. Not seeing the ability, even, you know, with a bunch of 2 trains or whatever it is, to jack your price back up and make up for the fact that, like, you started real low. Just not seeing that. Which is probably a good thing, because that could be incredibly potent, but would have been neat. Okay, so white is running out of here. I got a 4 train. How did I get a 4 train? Was I the first 4 train? I mean, I guess. Okay. My abilities. This is 40 bucks. I don't want to play this here. I want to play it here. This is freely distribute the income as divided between treasury, regardless of share ownership. I don't see that. Like, I can't give out more than my run, so I don't see that as being terribly useful. So, what is my big 4 run? Well, this is a 15, which isn't bad. And that gets me 1, 2, 3, 4. What is red going to do? Red's going to be running a 6+ train. Jesus. And that's going to be hard for me to determine. But what I can tell you is they're going to run through here. So I'm going to upgrade that for 5 bucks. I paid my money. I'm not going to have 2 trains on either of my companies. So this should be okay. White runs its 4 train, 15, 30, 35, 45, 50, 55, 65. 65 is not twice the value. I like the ones that give you a bonus if you're above the value of your stock and then above twice the value of the stock. They allow you a lot more moving forward. Usually I only see this on flat markets. What was I at? 65. There's no reason for me not to pay out. So 65 goes to 6.5, goes to 13 a share. 13 times 4 is 52. And 13 a share here is also 52. We're drawing some decent cash into hand. But this train's been used, so I can't buy that train and use it. I don't know if I'm required. This may be the one way that you can not make a run, is if you buy a train. Let's see. Company must own at least one train at the beginning of each OR. There is actually no requirement that you have to own one that can run. Which means I would own a train, produce zero income, and drop back. And presumably, a player could just swap their train back and forth for the duration of the game. If they're close enough to the end and maybe made a lot of money, this may even win them the game. But, why is yellow? Okay. But what I could do is I could throw this extra 50 bucks into here. I don't think that extra 50 bucks is worth a hell of a lot, but there's also 2 shares here. That's another 90 bucks. So I'm looking at a fair amount of cash where this company doesn't have diddly squat. So what do I do? What do I do? Red has to buy a train. Red has 50 bucks. I could fire this this off and get myself another 40. That brings me to 90. Then I owe 100 bucks out of pocket, which I don't even have. So I think the answer actually is I spent 50 bucks. And buy this train. I can't run that train. It's been used. Go back in value. I make nothing. This moves to the stock round. And wow, that was a kind of chaotic move. Because he's now got this 100 bucks on him. I got 40 over here and another 90 here. I've got enough money to buy the big 6 plus. Wasn't really expecting that to work out that way when I laid the track, but too bad. Oh, I could lay track. Interesting option. Do I want to spend, take this buck back. Do I want to, because I think I'm going to. I'm going to spend 5 bucks to build up this track. Well, now here's the interesting thing. For 10 bucks I could grab this right after I buy the black train on the white company. Might be more valuable. But it might be more valuable to put that there. Yeah, we'll spend our 5 bucks, which I spent out of cash. Cash money, man. And get, this is plausible. This is plausible. Let's leave option. I don't really know if I want black and yellow to come down there. So black's got a dot. They could fuck with my world. Don't know if I want them to do that. But I could fuck with their world is the issue. And I've got a 6 train running. It's going to go something like, gotta look, this is gray. This is really valuable. This is the most valuable. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. I think I don't want to let them in. I spent the money. Be nice if these were a little smaller than the hexes. That would let you see, like a little bit smaller than they are. They are obviously a little smaller than the hexes, but just a little bit smaller. Let you see the the water barriers, etc., a little better. Of course, then you'd have gaps, but you kind of need them anyway, I guess. I don't know. I'm on the stock round. Priority is 20. Priority is 8. Priority is 11. So it stays in the same order that I was going to go. I came up here needing tea. I just really wanted to get some game in, and so we're going to take a little break. Probably be up. I think I'm going to finish this game. Well, probably not tonight, because there's only, I don't know, the way I play, and I'm not going to have time to do the review and everything. I have like a couple hours, which I could do it if I just played through, but I don't do that, right? Looking at the red-white player here, got 75 bucks. Nobody has to pay taxes now. I would have to pay taxes later if I buy another red, and I have enough cash to buy a red and something else. So there's the possibility that I do that. However, there's also the possibility that I could sell off a white. Then somebody could take it from me. It's got a lot of money on it. It's got enough shares. It's a worthwhile thing to hold. Not that there's any great advantage to holding a company in this game. So in most XXs, the President's Certificate gives you an extra, an extra share in your certificate limits. I gotta find those. I think they're 8. Yeah, it's 8 per player. Right now, he's holding 4. He could probably get up to 6 for this next round. Somebody had the one. I thought somebody had the one where you could pause the game and buy a share in between operating rounds, essentially. But I don't think that's out. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. Alright, got problems. The effects of this cold just don't go away. And I know what you're thinking is like, oh, you've got a cough, right? It's probably you're smoking. Well, it's probably contributing, but honestly, it's just all this snot that's coming down. And this is what it generally tends to be, is that there's this continuous flow of snot for months, and I don't know what the hell causes it. I don't think it's smoking, but I don't know. And if you were my past wife, you would say, go to a doctor. And I'd say, well, yeah, but I'm not going to do that. However, I want to discuss it and try to get input. Does another mind know? Okay. So now, what is the most valuable company that's out there? Although this made a lot of money, it's down to 1 train. This also made a lot of money. It's got a good train. There's no question about that. So rather than buy another white, which is going to be pretty good, I would like to buy a blue, and it turns out I have enough money. It's not going to make a difference. So a white, I could buy a white for 45. I can buy a blue for 50. There's no shares in here, so I have no real choice. I'll pick it up from here. And investments start happening. All right, we're on to him. What do we have? We have 105 bucks. That's enough for a couple of shares. Yellow is awfully damn good. But blues might be running out. It's possible that like 2 more could sell. So we'll buy the blue at 50. Puts it to him. Yellow's, again, it's really good. But, if I buy a blue, I have to pay tax on that. So I have to consider the difference there in values. I'm going to buy a yellow for 35, 40, 50, 100. Certainly buying cheaper shares can't be a bad thing, right? Well, it can be, but in terms of balance. I'm over here. I have 25 bucks. I think I make money off of buying this share for 20 bucks. The reason, first of all, it's going to make money twice before I pay my 10 buck tax for holding too many of them. That 10 buck tax, you know, it's going to make that up no matter what. It's also going to have a decent train. It might actually make enough to jump me forward too on one of those. So there's no question I'm going to make money off that. Coming back over here, 75 bucks. 75 bucks is interesting. That's enough to buy me a share of something and a red. This is the call. Is the red rare? Like, so there's two reds out there. He won't get a chance to buy both of them. I could buy, if I buy the blue, well, he doesn't have the money for a blue, but this guy might buy a third blue. Just out of scarcity. I don't think I'm in any danger of having it dumped on me. It's in good shape and there's nowhere it can go. Now, conceivably, if blue saw black as his competition, he could cut a deal with the red player and red could buy the train off this and this could get dumped to me. I generally don't see that as a viable means of dealing. Like, I don't see that kind of threat usually of, wait a minute, dude, I can wreck my company by giving you this train. It's good for you. You're in last place, man. You're not going to beat me, and I can take down my competition with that. I have almost never seen that happen. But it is a viable strategy. There's no question about it. The thing is, I'd have to guarantee priority, which I'm guaranteed not to have because no matter what, this guy is set at a higher value than this guy. So I am not, blue is not going to have, I'm going to automatically have priority on blue. So there's no danger in that. So yeah, we'll buy one of them blue shares. Okay, back over here. 50, 60, 73 bucks. $73. That's enough for 2 shares, no matter how I cut it. One red and a black, or a red and a yellow. I could buy 2 yellows if I really, really wanted them, and I could take it over. Is that worth it? I might not be able to. He might juggle his stuff. What happens if I buy the yellows? What do I think the yellows are going to make? That's the issue here. So the yellows are running a 6 train coming out of here, which is going to make 20, 25, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 90, 105. So they're going to move forward 2 spaces and 2 spaces. So they're going to make 20 bucks in share value and they're 105. What are the blacks worth? The blacks are running a 4 train, which is going to make 20, 30, let's call it 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. they're going to move 15. So this is going to be worth 20 plus more. I think the yellow is worth more. Might be worth buying the extra yellow and getting control of the company. Why? I don't know. I don't see much value to it. Actually, I will get control of the company if I buy it. Yeah, we'll buy the yellow. What the hell? We buy a yellow share. Since he only has 1 share and I have 2, I take control. Of this nice, tasty company with an extra train. How much does this matter? Not much at all, to tell you the truth. If he was happy with the shareholdings he had, yellow's going to produce just as well under somebody else's hands. Yes, there's some capability that I could juggle things around and everything, but he's just making the judgment that a yellow train is worth more money. Is worth more money and actually costs less, which means I can still buy that red and have more cash on hand. That's not producing money, which feels weird, but it's also not terrible. And I could actually buy 2 reds with the money I have. Very interesting. Okay. Over to here, he feels pretty set, so he'll pass. Get back here, 25 bucks, I'm gonna buy a red. If this was a normal XX game, I would be infuriated that somebody stole my company, because there's so much power to owning companies in most XX games, in terms of, you know, if you've got 3 operating rounds left, whatever, there's probably room to rape a company or whatever. That's not going to happen here. It actually could have happened if he bought a black, because he'd be at a level where this guy could like rape the black company with the yellow company, which goes after it, steal its train for $1, hand it over, and really give him a horrible position. But because the priority is fixed and I know exactly what it's going to be, and it's not based on, you know, how much stock manipulation I've done, he knows he's safe, right? He could buy another yellow for all it matters. Okay. But he did not. He bought a red because that's what he had cash for. That brings me to him. Now, for him, the question is, what is worth more? Wait, what do I have? 25, 30, 35? No, I can't buy 2 reds. So my choices are between, hey, do I want to buy another yellow, which would involve a tax, or do I want to buy a red? And I think the red's going to do well enough that I would rather not pay the tax. Obviously, I could calculate it all out, right? We know what the yellow is going to make. It's going to make 20 bucks here, and it's making a little over 100 a round. I don't remember how much it was. 105, or was it more than that? But the red is also going to make reasonable money and probably end up 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And in fact, I just sold out the red. I wouldn't be selling out the yellow, so it's going to make money up to here as well. That's going to pass around, and nobody's got anything left they're going to do. So we go to the operating round. And we are definitely going to pause there. There's only so much I can play of anything anymore. You know, it used to be I would run straight through an 18XX, and I kind of feel like I should. The other option is to go sit outside and read for a little bit. I'm going to get to sit outside and read when I go to the bar. I get there early enough that it's still daylight and everything, and I do my stretches, and then I just sit down and read the local rag. So let's fit at least one more in, one stock or one operating round in. Okay, so, you know, and it's good that I came back, because we have to look at the stocks. Black is not sold out, but blue is. All the shares are gone. No, white still has shares outstanding. Yeah, and no train. And red sold out as well, so those go up in value. That's a big consideration. We're at this, we're in a very end game point at this time. Like, I think everything's fixed now. I don't think anything major is going to change. Placement of this, all that kind of stuff, but it's really just, now we're going to run through 3 operating rounds and a stock round in between where a little bit extra money can be made off that final operating round, but very little is going to actually take place here. I think it's almost calculable at this point. Okay, so blue is our first company, but before they go, we remember to give out the big $5 here. That's all that's producing. Okay, blue is the first company. They're running a 6 train. Wow, lots of 6s out here. And I've got yellow, which that's kind of fortuitous. Black has not been bought yet, so I can't buy that black track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 looks good. My control of all of this really makes me, like, one of the things I may want to do is try to block this off. I don't know how plausible that is. It probably is pretty easy because these are the only brown tracks that there are. So if I do a curve down like this, yeah, that can still be connected. Shit. I don't know if I've got a track in place that can absolutely block black from coming out. So I don't think I do. Now, if I could figure out a way to get this on the board somewhere else and play the green track, but that's a lot of effort. A lot of effort for, I just want to make money with my companies. I know they're both going to go through here, so I spend $5 of my cash to build a gray track. And I really don't care which one I have here. However, I don't think I want to go up that way particularly, but I don't know. This wouldn't be a workable piece of track anyway. Let's just, I've paid my money already. I paid it out of pocket. Whew. Let's just put this here. Okay. And now we calculate out our run. And wow, I'm paying a lot of attention here. So this is 5, blue has that, so 15, 25, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 115. That's still twice the value. 115 means 23 a share. Getting better. I'm getting better at it, man. 23 a share is $46. Yeah. Not so great with the change. 23 a share. $46. Okay. Blue had nothing else they could really do. Buy a train, right? Okay. And that means the next one up is black. Black's at 50, white's at 45. Black is running their tiny little 4 train. Now that 4 train has an asterisk next to it. It can be upgraded to a T6 Plus for $110. Yeah, okay. will be 1, 2, 3, 4 still, I think. I'm hitting the yellow, I'm hitting this for extra 10s. I can't play the black track, so I don't know what I want to play. We look at the greens. We got to do a short corner. We could do it that way, or we could do it down. I don't have any companies. Yeah, it's not going to be easy for me to break in. Plus, I'm not absolutely certain I want to break in. I could do this. I kind of don't want anybody else coming up here. I'm in my own little world. You guys are in your own little world. Screw you. I'm doing that. And again, I can't find anything that disallows moving off the map. That's $5. And we run at 15, 25, 45, 55, 65, 85, $95. We're going to pay that out. It's not quite double. Sucks to be me. 95 goes to 19 a share. $38. What, and like I said, it's endgame. We're just making the runs, you know. Yeah, we're upgrading track and everything, but everything's fixed, man. Okay. White train. White train. White company has no train. Doesn't go back. Doesn't happen in this game. I gotta buy a train. I cash in $40. I could put this with the company. I don't know if it makes a difference. There's 50. I need to come up with 190. Oh, I forgot to collect my money. Oh, there isn't any. I get 5 from this though. 190. I am almost there. I just dumped one in, right? So that's $45 into here, because I had 2. Yeah. So there's the 45. That's for, I sold the share, but I didn't drop the price. That's what happened. Okay. Might be worth dropping it 2 spaces so that it goes forward 2. We're not going to worry about that. Anyway, so now 175, $190 with a little bit of extra cash. There's no tiny cash influx, which is why it's important that the owner is able to throw a little bit of money in. But we buy the first of the black trains, which means it's our option to play this. I have white and red. I think I want to redistribute this. This is going to cost me some cash. The red train only goes 4. 4 spaces. So ideally, I might just do something like this. Yellow's used up its dot. Yeah, that's the ticket, man. So this is already connected. This is very valuable. Why don't I upgrade this? This is going to be a $10 upgrade. We didn't cross there yet. So that's going to cost me $10. There's 9 and 1 from my pocket. Who has a dot? Only black. Black will have to work their ass off to get there. There's no green bow, is there? There's close. There's this, which is good enough. Okay. Jesus, I'm going to be blowing through money of my own. $10, I drop this in the $30 space? No, I drop it in the $20 space. Because red is going to drop theirs in the $30 space. Okay, I'm being really weird here in terms of what I'm doing. Now I have a 6 plus. The plus goes 6 stops. The first or last stop is counted twice. This is only a 25 for me. It's going to be a 35 for the other. This would be actually an optimal place to have put. So this is why putting it here would make sense. Is if I put the 30 in there, but I'm able to get 2 of the dots here, so I think that's for the best. Of course, other people will be able to run through this. Do I care? Other people will be able to run through it if I put it here too. Yeah, the same other people. So screw that. Okay, so it would be advantageous to like count this twice at 35, right? But I have a 6 train. My 6 train is running right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I put it up here instead, I could run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, we're going to double this 35. That's what's going to happen. So don't worry about it. All right, we'll do it this way. So 70, 95, 115. I don't know why I'm counting these. 135. 165 for white. We pay that out. That is $16.33 a share. I'm worried I've been screwing up shares like right now my first thought was 17 a share. No, it's 33 a share. And I'm worried I may have fucked somebody up. 33 times 2 is 66. I just don't trust that I created my money, that the money's right. And 33 here. Now I have the cash to build the track and the dots and everything. Oh well. It's always the case. Okay. Yellow is next. Yellow's over here, no dots. Things are interesting. Yellow's running a 6 train, but just a normal 6. Now, I have nothing associated with me, so I'm not getting any bonuses. So, I don't know if this is terribly worthwhile. Whereas here, 1, 2, 3, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That actually doesn't look too bad. Okay, we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, right now I'm passing through a couple of 20s. There's nothing particularly better than that on the back end here for yellow. So we're good there. So I'm going to upgrade one of these to a gray. Oh, I only get 10 for this. That is not as valuable. Plus, it might get caught. clogged, but I don't know. I'm only going to get 10 for that, which doesn't really excite me. What are my other options? Because these make more. Well, this is only 10 too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and off map for 6. I could calculate the 2. All right, let's calculate the 2 runs, I guess. 35, 45, 50, 70, 90, 120, 150. 150 running this. Now, I still haven't made my upgrade yet, right? 150 for that, as opposed to, let's see, 6 trading for yellow, huh? I think we were looking at this. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 110, 135. So the 150 is better. That's coming up this way. And it's just going to get richer if somebody else puts a dot in there. Okay, so 150, yellow has money. I'll build track. Do I want to let black through? Not terribly. They got a dot, damn it. There's nothing I can do about them. They could upgrade down here and make it harder on them. Sure. I don't go through this, do I? I'm lost now. This was what was here. Let's recalculate. For my 150, it was 35, 45, 50. Wait. Yeah, but I'm blue as well. Blue's got a 6 as well. Fuck. I don't know. Well, if we're running the same track, right? Yellow's going up to here, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could just hook up black. Oh, doesn't make much difference. These are 20 buckers. Okay. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could hit this, but this isn't worth shit. So blue actually is better off running up to here as well. So, what do we want to do? Yeah, they both go through that. Sure. Okay, whatever I was doing worked. I paid my $5 because there's no money there, and I remember that there was. I don't want it going that way. I want it going this way. Okay. So that should get me to 155, actually, right? 35, 45, 50, 75, 95, 125, 135, 155. 155 for yellow. That's big enough to go there. And that'll be 31 a share paying out. So that's 62 here. What did I say, 31? 35? Okay. That puts me to red. And this guy's still going to crank his $5 a turn because there's I mean, there's a little bit of a reason, right? You can, if you know you're going to need to pay your dad or whatever, you could blow this, give up your $5 a turn from then on in order to like get a couple of bucks in here so that you could build track and whatnot. It might be worth it for the red company because as it stands, the red company's in trouble. But the thing is, I'm getting $5 a turn. If I'm only paying $5, yeah, maybe I need the token and whatnot as well. But if I'm only paying $5 each turn, I'm breaking even by not using this and keeping some priority. If I do need the extra $10, then I'm losing a couple of bucks by not using it. But I have to use it the turn before I'm spending the money. So I have to plan ahead. And like I said, I'm not good at that. Okay, on red. Red is running a brown train, which is just a 4. A 4 is not great. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'm going to have to spend all my money now. Like, had I used this earlier, it would make sense. But do I want to upgrade a track? There's only one gray track left. Am I worried that it's going to get eaten? Kinda. Would brown and blue work together, or would blue and black work together on anything? Blue and yellow might. They might want to upgrade this. So yeah, I'm going to spend $15 of my own money to upgrade this. And wow, this has less connections than others. I wonder if that's intended to not have to go onto offboards, and then now no rule about the offboards is in play. So, whatever. So I spent 5 for that, and I spent 10 for this. This was vital. Like, I had to spend that 10. And now I run my 4. 35, 65, 75. I don't know if upgrading this is that important. Fuck it. I don't need it. Give me $5 back. I do not need it. I don't remember what the green was there. It must be this. Oh, it wasn't green. It would be brown. It was this brown, and it was laying exactly the same way. So yeah, I don't care about... I care about the $5 more than I care about laying the track. Because I don't have to go there. I can go... Oh, this is only a 15. Fucking hell. Did I take my $5 back? I think... I don't know. I can't remember shit anymore. Okay, so we did this. All right, 35, 65, 75, 100, 125. See, this isn't the 25. This is, but I can't do that. What did I say, 125? That boosts me over. That means 25 a share. Stack starts getting, to 5, and I need to exchange it. That pushes me into the next operating round. And these all flip up. Okay, I think there's enough time for me to go through another operating round, probably the stock round as well, but not quite to finish, which is fine. All right. We give the $5 out. And I may not have any more spending to do, right? I mean, all the gray tiles are gone. There are brown tiles, but I'm not hitting them. I don't think there's anything left. So I think, I'm going to get my $5. It's just, it got front loaded, and I had to pay quicker than I would otherwise. Blue. Almost automatic now, right? Blue's got a 6 string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. I don't know if this is worth it. It's worth 25. It's not as good as this. So what about here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is worth more. That's all there is to it. Is there anything that would improve my situation? You're my situation. Sorry. It's Billy Squire, man. Just songs do that to me, man. I don't think so, and I don't want to think too hard. What about yellow? Is yellow's going to be running the same damn thing? They got a 6 train, they're running up here. Why lay track? Why spend money? Why spend brain cells? 35, 45, 55, 60, 80, 105, 115, 145. That's still twice. 145 sounds like 29 bucks to me. He has 1. That's easy. 29 times 2 is 58. No, my OCD can't handle this. And 58 over here. 78, 103. If I actually have OCD. I'm not sure. Black. Black's sitting here with a crappy little 4 train. I have bonuses on these too. I spend my $5 to upgrade to brown, I guess. I mean, there's just nothing I can do with black. I need the crow's foot, I think. I don't know. There are others. Things like this would work too. That's not going to upgrade, so this is perfectly safe. I still haven't crossed this water line, if I remember that it's there. And black runs at 20, 35, I'm sorry, 30, 45, 65, 75, 95, 105. Not quite. That's 21 a share. $42. $45. Ooh, little bits of burning ash on me. Okay. Nothing exciting happens. White. White's running the big 6 plus. This is the mighty train. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ruh-roh. We still don't get anywhere. This is the best place in the world. We screwed up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. White has money. Is there? Yeah, there are these. Okay. So this is what I want to build. Doesn't cost me any money to build. It does cost me money. It cost me $5 to cross the water. Ow, there goes my boat. Okay. That means we run to here. So 70, 80, 90, 100, 125, 150, 165, 195, 195. Some more. That's going to be 39 a share. Lots of money. $39 a share for white. I'm the only one. 78, 80. Okay. Yellow. Yellow's running a normal 6. I should have this written down because it's going to stay the same each time. I'm not going to remember it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 35, 55, 60, 70, 80, 105, 135, 165. Big money. That's 33 a share. I don't see anything that's going to change it or help it. Yellow and blue are running the same run. What did I say it was? 33 a share? 33, 66, 75, 100. And then red. It's kind of helpful to have some of the more modern, bigger games. There's, so little board space on this, you couldn't do it without. But to have a track for how much each run is. The runs vary so much in this game, though. The valuation of the cities gets so high with the tokens and everything on them that the runs actually get pretty mighty. I mean, 165, I'm running well, not the shittiest train out there, but not the monster either. Okay. And now red. Red is running tiny little 4 train, but I go through here. And that gets me 35, 65, 75, 100, 125, same as last time. That is 25 a share. Pretty good money off of something, that was down in the dumps. We go to the stock round. Priorities here. Tax. He's the only person who has to pay a tax. Probably worth it the way red's chunking in money. Now, I can sell that share for 45 bucks. Might be worth it. Ownership of companies is almost unimportant right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm only allowed 2 more shares. Anyway, white's the one I want shares of. If I'm going to have 3 shares of something, it's going to be white. Do I need to sell a red share? That's the question. I would rather not get rid of anything. Yeah, I'm going to buy whites for 60. I think they're so valuable, I want 3 of them. It's worth 10 bucks, man. Just to deprive somebody else of the value, too. I mean, sure, maybe I don't make as much, maybe I break even compared to, say, buying, I don't know, a blue or something. But I deprive somebody else of the value of it as well. So I think it's a definite go-to. Still keep the same order, so the black player here is sitting on a lot of money. I want one of them whites. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got room for one more. 2, 4, 5, 6. Somebody's a little ahead. Ah, no whites left. All that is left on the board are blacks and yellow. Oh, thank you. Thank you. There is a white left. Gimme. Okay. No shares left in the companies now. And we're back down here. And now the question 3, 6, 7. There's still this question of whether I want to hold that extra red. But I can buy a share without selling, and I think I would rather hold the red and pay the taxes on it than if I get nothing. So I'm going to buy something. What do I want, black or yellow? Yellow has a bigger train. Yellow is therefore going to make more money as far as I can tell. It's at a lower value, but it's probably going to make that up. So 55 bucks gets me the yellow. Over here. I got room for one more. Don't want to pay the tax. Yellow is better than black. I will buy that at 55. Two, four, five, six, seven. Room for one more share. All that's left are blacks. I will buy one. 60 bucks. And nothing's bad, right? It's just, there's nothing that's really dying here, you know, or that's making such shitty money that you don't care. They're all decent investments. It's just some are obviously better than others. 2, 6, 7, 8. I'm full. I could sell a red and get a black. What will happen to my reds if that happens? It means that my reds will not go up in value. But what if somebody else sells a red to get a black? Is there anything, like I have nothing that I could get rid of. So this is the big question. Reds and blacks make about the same money. Is somebody willing to pay the tax to deprive me of my advantage? I'm going to pass and find out. He's doing quite well. Stock value, not so well. Not so well. This is probably going to end in the next operating round, before the end of the round. Nothing but blue may get a run. Blue isn't going to make 180. No, I don't think. They make, what, 155, something like that. Yeah. Okay, so it is not going to end. That would be a consideration. Because if it was going to end, it's like, oh, shit. Well, nothing I can do about it. I don't have any blues. And there's not going to be a stock round, so I'm not going to pay tax anyway. So no worries about holding extra shares. Yeah, I hold. I'm worried about his cash. I'm worried about my cash. I am definitely going to sell this for 45 and buy this. So I owe 15 bucks. We got anything stupider than a red? Not really. I think red's doing better than black, so we will pass. We're over here. I could dump something good and buy that red. And that might actually be worth it. Here's the problem. I dump something good, everybody's full up. If what I dump is better than what somebody else is holding, they may swap. So if I dump a blue, he may swap a yellow for a blue. If I dump a yellow, he may swap a white. That would be dumb, I think. So I'm going to dump a yellow. I get $10 back. Okay. It's on him. I can hurt him more. The value of the white is so much, though. And I don't want to screw my own. The problem is, he may. No matter what I do, a black's going to fall. I could sell a white and pick up this yellow, and then he'll sell a black and pick up a white. So I'm going to pass. I don't see anything that can be done about it. Black is sold for $60 to buy a yellow for 55, gain $5. The reason he's doing this is I have 40% of yellow. I would rather not help someone else. Now we're over here. Does he want a black? 3, 7, 8. No. He passes. I need to protect my black. I don't want to trash the white. Yellow's worth more than black. This is the problem. And if I keep doing this, he'll keep doing it. Fine. I'm done. Right? I don't know. I don't know. Because I've got 2 yellows I can sell off. I can ensure that black gets up there. And, you know, raises back up to here. Yeah, all right. I swapped these. I should be tilting these so people don't buy them back. I don't think it's going to be an issue here. His job. He swaps. This doesn't change positioning because they're not changing their location at all. Like they're in the same box. They're not moving. Goes to him. Got nothing. Goes to him. Dumping a yellow. Grabbing the last black. Yeah, 100% holdings. Well, red is not that worthwhile. Screw you, red. It finally happens. 45, $10 I owe, and I get a yellow. Goes to the red player. Is it worth dumping a blue? That's going to change all kinds of things. I have the feeling like nobody's going to fucking dump white, are they? Blues don't make that much. So, yeah. I get $45 back. Serious stock trashing happening here. But 100% of the companies is being held by people. Goes to him. I hate this, but I'm not going to throw a white to get a blue. Even though he might. Oh, geez. Well, I'm not going to do it. What about him? You can't protect both your companies, dude. But is a white worth it? Yeah, I think he's my competition. So I owe $30. Here it gets hard. Do I want to hold all those reds? Not really. I owe $10. I want the extra money from the white. Nobody else can buy red. Nobody can buy red. It's over. We move into the operating round. I've been playing around with these all on the wrong side. It doesn't really make a difference. I got to tell you, I've said this before. Wooden counters, a lot harder to turn a stack of them around compared to the old style, just cardboard chits. I'm going to check the time, see if I have enough time to do this operating round. I think I do. Indeed I do. $5 goes over here for this. First company is the blue company. We should know its value, right? Now we're going to count again. It's running a 6. We decided 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 35, 45, 65, 70, 95, 125, 155. 155 only moves me up 1. That's going to be 31 a share. 62, 65, 75, 100. Can't remember. It was 31 a share? 93. God. Oh. 118. Sounds right. White. White's running the big black train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't put a gray in there, but alright. Oh, nothing exciting here. 70, 90, 100, 125, 150, 165, 195. That's going to be 39 a share. I don't know if people should have sold that. 39 a share. Well, that's 390 here. Big money. It happens all at once. It makes it easier. No, it's not. 390, huh? Hold on. That's not right. 39 a share, it's only times 4. Something like 156. I think so. Okay, why did I say 156? 156. Let's just do this. 100, 50, 6. Might change later. 39 here. 25, 35, and 4. Take the die off. Black. Black is running a little 4 train. I have bonuses to both of these, so 30. I can lay a token for $5. I think with me owning all of it, it probably makes sense. I'm not going to calculate. Drop this here. These are worth the same. I don't know. There's nothing that's going to work there. Okay. 30. 50, 80, 110, barely jumps ahead. 110 means 22 a share. So I get 220 here. 225. Okay. Yellow. I screwed up. End of stock round, this should have been up 1. Everything except red should be up 1. And the game is over. As long as blue and these others did not get their runs. And that's key. That is key. So I got to undo their money. Black, I don't remember how much it was. White was 39. Right. Black I have to figure. 39 times 4 was 156. Yeah. I forgot about sell everything out, the blues win, and he was going to guarantee that, right? He would sell off other things to guarantee that the game's over with just his company running. So that's a big deal. But blacks were worth, I don't remember. I'll recalculate it. 35, 40, 50, 55, 65, 75, 80, 105. That's not right. Black. 30, 45, 50. He's owed $5. He put this token in. I'll put this here too. 30, 45, 50, 60, 70, 80, 110. He owed 110 that he did not make. Okay. Makes sense. All right. That's the end. Now we calculate out values. I'll come back with the little spreadsheet. By short-circuiting the rounds and ending things by hitting the top of the chart, it really hurt this guy. Really hurt him. Can take a quick look at the values. I made some calculation errors scratched out here, but I've got the cash on hand. Black had the most cash on hand because he got a run, but also he sold off his most expensive stock. Like, he sold off a bunch of stock and made a little bit of money off of it, whatever, in that way, I guess. Plus, he got the run on the blue train. But blue made a little bit more money, or made a little bit of money. He was buying more expensive stocks. I've tracked it as stock 1, stock 2, stock 3 because nobody has more than 3 stocks. The stock 1 would be your most important one. For blue, I made it the blue stock, and then the red, the yellow to follow that up. Red, I think I did white first and then red, actually. So we should call him the white player. And then the black player down here, his blacks are obviously more important than everything else. Totaled it up and it ended up damn close. Now player 2 hosed because his big white run didn't come in. Of course, there was only one run. Also, part of my mind is like, there should be like 3 operating rounds after the last stock round. No, not in this game, sorry. Black actually pulled out a victory by $12. That's probably well within the margin of error of any screw-ups I've made in the game. Although some of those screw-ups may have a big margin of error because they may have been like, 10 or 20 bucks early in the game that conflated elsewhere. The thing that I can say is that this tight ending means that it's really, really hard to, I think this is down here actually. I pushed it up. So he's actually even further behind. But it's really, really hard to kind of engineer a big, good train situation. Like here, I was making the most money off of this, right? But it's not that much more than this was making, right? And it's just not that worth it, right? You end up spending money to invest. Now, he started out with some really weird situations, and I'm kind of impressed that he ended up not crashing, given that he started these suckers at 25 bucks a share. is that a viable option? I don't know. I feel like I had to juggle pretty hard to get myself into a situation that was usable. Took a swallow, which is really hard to do in this game. No, not a swallow. A turn without a running train, which is not trivial to do. Yeah. Came out pretty interesting. And, you know, a lot of frustration with the calculations, the 20% shares and the $5, $half partitions. Those drive my poor little brain crazy, and I had a fucking hellish time and had to calculate and recalculate again and again in a way that took away from a lot of the pleasure in the game. But if you get used to it, right? Like I'm so used to my 18xx calculations. If you get used to it, or if you're approaching it as a new player, it probably isn't as hard. The problem for me is I'm so used to doing my calculations in a certain way that, my brain just says, yeah, I just can't cope with these weird little half numbers and everything being doubled. I don't know. It gave me more trouble than it should have. There's no question of that. When you're used to facing something in a certain way, seeing it in a different way is very, very difficult. I think it's a cute little, a really cute little thing that shows a lot of the harshness and a lot of the power, that you can have in like a 3-player game of XX, without it feeling like, wow, I really wish I was playing this in more players, right? Usually, like if I'm playing an 1830 in 3 or 4 players, I end up dominating the game so much, or a couple of people end up dominating the game so much, that it just feels like you're doing something silly. Here, it's kind of designed for it. It's a shorter game. Maybe in a short game of 1830 it wouldn't matter so much, but this is a shorter game, and it flows in a way that feels less unpleasant than most XXs played with what I consider to be too low a player count. All right, we'll come back with a review. I don't know if we're going to do that today. If I got time, I will, but I don't think I do because I've got to load the video up. And that's it for this.